As you get older in life, you cannot wear the same clothing. Could you imagine trying to wear the clothing now that you wore in kindergarten? Heck, half of us can't wear the clothing now we wore in high school. Why? Because your body changes. Some might expand, some might get a little more compact, some might get a little more beefier. Some of us just be honest outright and let it go. But the fact behind that is because you're growing, your body is going to change. So you can't put on the same clothing you had on before. The outside is where you put the clothing on. And so when people see you, like, man, oh, that's a sharp outfit. I like what you got on. Or they're like, man, them brand new shoes you got. You know, people will give you kudos and give you love for when they see the new shiny, flashy things on you. But go out there and wear something you used to wear that's too tight or too small. Now you got people like, oh, you look pretty good, you know. Them people ain't got your best interest at heart because they busy laughing behind your back. But do you mind that real one who irritates you sometimes? Be like, man, what you got them on for? Come on now, you know you can't put them on. You don't fit them. That's how it is when you're in the body of Christ. That's how it is you move into greatness. Because when you walking in your newness, you got your navigating system on, you done graduated, you done took time to close the shop down, to get yourself together. So when you come back out, people should see a different set of clothing on you. And I don't mean that figuratively. I don't mean that literally. I mean that figuratively. Think about it. A brand new set of clothing. I mean, your outside should match your inside. When you have the godliness in you, you have the Christ-likeness in you, when you have that spiritual working, and you're working in your gifts and your crafts, people are going to see. You ain't got to express it to them. They will automatically see it. Because it's like a new set of clothing. You're going to walk around, there's going to be a certain glow on you. There's going to be a certain demeanor on you, a certain smile on you, a certain attitude you carry with you. It's not going to be proud and boastful. It'll be humble and meek, but it'll be peaceful. It's like a new set of clothing. People will compliment you on it because they can see it in you. They can see the things that you're walking in that they know you weren't walking in before. Like, what is different about this person? And when you have that new set of clothing on, what's the first thing people say when they see new clothes? Where you get that from? Where'd you get that? How much did that cost you? The spirit works the same way. When they see you walking in newness, they see like, man, he's changed his life, but things are going, you know, they don't know how hard you had to work to get this new set of clothing. They don't know how much you had to go through to go find this new set of clothing. All they know is that you got on new clothing. And when they see that, they're gonna ask questions and they're curious about it because they're gonna want to know what'd you do to get that, or how did you get it, or where'd you get it from? That is how the Spirit and God works. When you're walking in that newness and you're walking around and you can sense that you're something different, you can feel that you're different. People will feel and see it too. And they'll wonder, what is going on? Is your God that good to no matter what you've been through, you still can smile? How do I get that, God? How do I get that? How much did you give in to get this? How much pain how many things did you deal with to get this? How did you do it? Where you get it? That person might, figuratively speaking, think about this. That person might have a raggedy pair of clothes on right now. Their clothes are tore up, they're matted, they're dirty, they ain't been cleaned in a while, they got holes in their shoes, holes in their jeans, and they just want a new set of clothing. Those are people that are hungry for God. Where they walk around, they carry their heart on their sleeve, and they've been beat up by life. That's what the tore clothes are. The holes in their feet, in the shoes, because they've been walking on ground that's been tearing them up and beating them up bad. They've been tossed around, they've been talked about, they've been hated on, they've been living in poverty. They just got situations that they can't seem to get away from. People using them and not putting into them, but taking out of them. Those people are the ones that are looking to get the new set of clothing. They're looking for God. They're looking for an answer out of their situation. They've tried it so many other ways. That's why the clothing is ripped and tore up. They've been climbing gates and going through yards and been laying in boxes and sleeping here and there, and it's been mattering in terms of clothes because they have not understood yet where their purpose is coming from. They don't understand how much love they have coming from God. They have, God has an agape love. That is love unconditional. They don't understand that. Not because they don't want to, because they've never been told this. They've never been taught this. They never had anyone with a new set of clothing come to them and say, hey, I can tell you how to get these new clothes. I can help you to get a new set of shoes. I can help you to get to walk through this gate without getting scratched and tore up all the time. And that's where discipleship comes in. That's where your connection and your love with being in the family of Christ, being in the family of God, that's where that helps other people. Because they see the new shiny look, the new clothing, the new shoes, the new shirt. They see that new armor that you have on from God. They see the armor, they see the helmet, they see the loincloth, and they see the breastplate. They see all of that. And they're wondering, how can I get that? Where can I get that from? Think about how many people out here that have greatness in them but can't unlock it because they do not know or have not been taught that when they connect to God, all that greatness comes out. Because He gave you those gifts and He gave you those talents and skills to use for Him. It says in the Word that the gift will make a way for you. Also says in the Word, delight your heart in Him wholly, fully. Submit to Him and He will give you your desires. Y'all, we got to go out here with this new clothing on and show people that don't have it how to get it. We got to go out with this new clothing on as an example. You got to go and sport your new clothing. And watching these people ask you, where'd you get that from? How'd you come about that? Where'd it come from? Because you're going to have some people that's going to always say, well, he did this, did that, he did this and that to get it. And they're going to have what we call in the streets, they're going to hate. They're going to disapprove. They're not going to like it. That's the enemy working through them. Because the enemy knows that once you have that new set of clothing on and you help somebody else get that new set of clothing, they're going to help somebody else. And there ain't nothing worse than a jealous shop owner that know you got your clothes from Walmart and he ain't selling his high expensive clothes somewhere else. He going to hate on them clothes at Walmart all day long because he don't want nobody else going to shop at Walmart. To put that in biblical terms, the enemy does not want to see anybody else that is in the power of God, the power of Christ, the Christ-likeness. They don't want to see nobody else to help somebody else get that same power. Because they're going to end up giving it to somebody else. It's called being contagious. We got to be contagious the right way. They don't want to see you be contagious and pass it on to someone else. Because then it takes the sting out of what he's trying to do. It takes a level of power away from him that he does not have to begin with in the first place. But remember, when you get this new set of clothing, people are going to tug at it. You're going to get holes in it here and there. You got to sew some stuff up, but that's what needle and thread is for. That's what the prayers in the Bible is for. That's your needle and thread. So when you get a hole in your new clothing, you just go ahead and get the Bible and prayer. And guess what you're doing? You're going to stitch up that little hole and make it look new again. So make sure y'all are here wearing your new set of clothing, and when you get it, help somebody else get theirs.